Hey.
What's up, boys?
How we
What's
looking?
up, baby?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Wait, hold on.
What?
You can hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Hear me?
Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And you can hear me, right, Chris?
Wait, I can
Yeah,
hear
I
you
can
now.
hear you. Both of you guys.
Hold on. I think it's my headphones.
Dang,
It's
I
like
didn't
the new
realize I look like this.
T-Mobile commercial.
What?
I said there's a new T-Mobile commercial.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Easy, can you hear me?
Christopher?
Twan's easy, can you hear me?
I can hear you guys now.
Yeah, I can
Perfect.
take
Let
both
me
of you
make
guys.
sure this is recording.
You guys caught me right in the middle of my healthiest meal I've had in a long time.
What is it?
A ham and cheese sandwich with jalapeno chips on it.
Oh, shit. I kind of ate the same exact thing earlier, but it was a turkey sandwich with barbecue chips.
You're a turkey gal, huh?
Big turkey girl.
Me, I stuck to my meal plan. Eggs and turkey sausage and turkey bacon.
The same
But
thing you've eaten for breakfast every single day for the past 15 years.
I might have some cookies lined up for later.
From where?
Oh, man.
They're from Carbon. I
Oh,
forget
they're
what
like
they're
they're
called.
like healthy
Alpha
cookies?
cookies.
Oh, so like protein cookies?
No, they're supposed to be macro friendly though, but they're fat fucking cookies. And the issue is I get 4 of them.
Damn.
Yeah,
What
the
flavors
issue
do
is
they
I
come
eat the whole box.
Oh yeah, I talk to the ladies at the front desk every single time, and I'm like, maybe like 4 is what I normally go with. Like I've been good, I've been running, and they'll just sit there and like talk me through which flavors, even though they're the same almost every week.
It's like the same girls every
And
week
I'm
too.
like,
Just like the same thing you
yeah,
guys do.
literally same thing every week. They even had to put a case on it because someone was stealing cookies, I guess.
Nah,
And I
you're
was
right.
like, someone.
Someone.
I was like, I love
someone
them,
was
but
stealing.
I don't steal cookies.
I hope not.
God, that's childish behavior. But I'm like, you pay for a Carbon membership. That's like $80 a month. Like you can't
They
afford to
should
pay
come
for
with
cookies.
It's kind of like they're acting like Planet Fitness when they did give you like free pizza at the
You know,
entrance. Like,
Loki, maybe this podcast will help me get sponsored by Alpha Cookies.
yeah, actually, shout out because I'm already recording. So I think I just like especially with the podcasts in the past when I've done podcasts, it's been like all serious and about coaching and shit. And the ones that I listen to are like Joe Rogan or like random shit like that where it just like starts in the middle of a conversation. So I'm just gonna start it. Like I'm not even gonna do an intro. I'm just gonna start you talking about the cookies. Like it's been
Well,
recorded.
you might as well. It's honestly, it's the intro to who I am at the most rooted
Honestly.
parts of myself. So I mean, I'm Anthony. I like cookies.
Yeah,
like
that's
cookies.
exactly what I was going to say. Name
Jordan.
Twan, like cookies.
Yeah, pretty much it. That's my bio.
Name Twan. I thought his name was Twan for like the longest time. His name's not actually. I think most people think your name is Twan.
No.
Not anymore. I have all my new friends here in Nashville. And we're cool. And then they'll follow me on Instagram. And I don't think a single person has asked, like, Twan, your actual name. And used to be like, all the time, I'd get the stupidest questions. Like, are you Asian? I'm like, are you black? Are you Mexican? And it just makes me think of like,
is Twan an Asian name?
I don't know, but it just makes me think of like the name in like the different accents, like Twan being like Asian, like Twan. Yeah, and then like Mexican, be like
Twan.
Twan. And then I mean, yeah. Then the last one's black, and I just imagine you'd say it.
Yeah, Twan.
Like,
he's
yo,
like,
what's good,
he's
Twan?
like not gonna do it. He's like, and you
I'm a
know how
little
they
camera
say it.
shy.
No, it's all good.
I don't want to get canceled on the first 5 minutes of my first podcast.
You guys, have you never been on a podcast before? I've only been on like 2 like really like chill ones. I feel like all of them have been about like coaching, even though I feel like the people I've talked to are cool, but sometimes it's boring. And like that's what I feel like people like the podcast that I was doing before, but now I want it to be like the same where we just talk about shit that like is, valuable, but at the same time we just like chill and talk. Like that's that's what I
Everyday
listen
stuff.
to. Yeah.
We should just talk about macros the whole time. Change it up.
Yeah, you should give us a rundown on your macros or your cookies.
Oh
He
man.
like doesn't even know.
We don't get any more shout outs until we start getting by.
I don't. Oh, those cookies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on which kind of cookies I'm having. If we're talking about a box of Oreos, I don't even want to know.
We're actually at the grocery store 2 days ago on Monday, and I passed by they had the little Oreos on the end of the shelf, like where they like try and sell them, like, oh, they're on sale. Dude, Oreos are expensive now. They're like $6 or $7 a pack here. I was like, I can't believe we used to buy like a pack a night and just eat the whole pack.
Damn.
Dude, that's insane, diabolical behavior.
Also, it was at a time where I didn't really give a shit what I was spending.
Yeah,
I was just like,
true.
they could have priced them at $30 and I wouldn't know till this day.
Yeah, I didn't even know back then, which is kind of a bad thing, but I guess a good thing in some
They're
ways.
probably definitely cheaper than they are right now. That's for sure. Everything's fucking expensive right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I just had some
Bitcoin's
Oreos the other day
expensive.
that were like, the cookie part was fluffy. It was
See,
like a
that's what I
soft
don't
Oreo.
get is I just bought
It was alright.
like 18 eggs for like, I think it was like $6.99, and they were brown and cage free and organic.
Brown. That's how you know their quality, though.
I was
I
like
know.
$6.99 for 18 eggs. Like that sounds about right.
It's actually pretty good. Here, I
Yeah,
think we saw
pretty
some on
solid.
sale. They're like $10 for an 18 pack, and usually the 12 pack is like $7 and like 8 cents or something.
Yeah, eggs aren't super expensive here. They're not bad. When's the last time you guys bought a white egg?
I don't know. They weird me out.
They weirded me out ever since you showed me that podcast like 5 years ago. Remember we listened to that what was it like I don't know.
Oh, I still tell people about that lesson, and it's very interesting because basically what it's saying is we as human beings, just gonna jump off the deep end real quick. We as human beings, when we're consuming another like animal, it's another living being, and every living being each has its own like DNA code. And so essentially what it's saying to give a good picture is like whenever you try to catch a lizard, I don't know if a lot of people out there do that, but it's definitely a pastime growing up in Tucson, Arizona. But you try to catch a lizard and its tail falls off,
Like,
and it continues wiggling, and that's because it still has nerve endings. It's still a part of the lizard, even though it's detached. And so what it's saying is all this food that we're eating, chickens, for example, are cooped up. They're living elbow to butt. I don't even know if they have elbows or butts, but
elbow to butt.
They're just super anxious, depressed. I mean, imagine if you spent your whole life just pretty much in prison. You'd be depressed, you'd be anxious. And the thing is we're eating that egg, so we're eating a bunch of depressed chickens, and it kind of makes sense why depression, anxiety, and all this stuff is on the rise. And so I just thought it was a really cool thing from that I got from that podcast, and it's stuck with me for years.
For sure, yeah, it makes a difference.
It's the sole reason I eat brown eggs, whether they're any better for you or not. It just is in my head like, okay, brown egg is more natural.
Brown egg better. Yeah.
Yeah. Brown egg good, white egg bad.
Don't even get me into the tilapia.
Oh man.
I made so many people feel weird about eating tilapia.
I haven't eaten tilapia since the fucking bodybuilding days when you have to like eat it to lose weight, you know?
Yeah, I'm scared that I'm gonna like grow
nothing.
Extra genitalia.
It'd be awesome.
They switch their genders when they're babies. That way they're all males and grow more meat. And I'm like, huh. Interesting.
Is it
they probably just pump steroids.
everything's pumped with steroids and colors and stuff. Casting my butt
Especially
is
macaroni.
fat, really.
Oh yeah, macaroni with tons of steroids.
Oh yeah, it makes your pee smaller. Yo, dude, we're overing this dog right now, and she is like the most misbehaved dog I've ever seen.
What kind of dog is it?
It's like, what is she, a husky? And like,
Oh my god.
I mean,
look at
she's
this.
a beautiful dog, but
She's huge.
she's also like,
Yeah.
a lot of energy, high energy, and doesn't listen to. She knows how to sit. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah,
That's
she
it,
looked like she was like looking for something to do right there.
Have you got her to howl yet? That's how you
Oh,
connect
she
with
howls.
huskies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yeah,
go
but
with
she
her?
only howls. No, unfortunately not. It's when you put her in the kennel, then she starts howling, and then I'm like, oh, and I'm trying to fall asleep. That's when she likes to howl.
Oh.
You just gotta howl back.
Yeah, that's what I'll try tonight. Tonight's our last night with her, so.
Dolly howls at me. It's so annoying. And she'll be like she like literally like seems like she's gonna get a word out. It's like she's getting frustrated. She's like, it
They're
freaks
both pretty
me
young
out.
still, right?
Yeah, they're like the same age, but they're not even 2 yet. They're like a year and a half.
Is a boy and a girl?
No, they're both girls.
Both girls?
Yeah,
Dolly and Whiskey?
dude, Dolly and Whiskey. Yeah, they're sisters. They're like twins.
See, I thought
Yeah,
whiskey
that's
was a girl
sick.
too.
So
like the
I
name
asked
Whiskey.
ChatGPT to do a picture of what Dolly and Whiskey would look like if they were kids, and it like that has made Whiskey non-binary. Like the little girl like looks like she's just like a little tomboy, has like short. It's like it makes so
I was
much
kinda
sense.
Thinking it, but I was like,
And my sister
You're like,
thinks
damn,
that
they're
she
both
looks like
sick.
me. Yeah, they're pretty fucking funny though. They're like
All makes
smart.
sense.
Yeah, they're hilarious. Have you guys been sticking to your 2 miles? Did you do your 2 miles today already?
Actually did 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I hit 3 today too.
I
what's the
wanted to
most
hit
you've ever
5,
ran?
My half marathon.
Oh, okay.
And before that, it was 10 miles before that. And I had only done it like 2 or 3 times, but
Yeah.
10 miles, anything past like 5 or 6 is really rough.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never ran as long.
I'll tell you right now, anything past a mile is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, it's actually funny because like I've run forever. Literally since I was a fat kid, and that's how I lost my weight in high school. And like I've always run, and like even when Chris and I were living, like I was running damn near every day. But
Yeah, during COVID you ran a lot
a
too.
mile, and then and I just I want a good quick sweat. I want to push myself, not kill myself, supplement it into my lifting, and now it's coming back to bite me. Chris is now the one challenging me to run, except it's not just a mile. And like that 2 miles every day is like the sweet spot to absolutely kick my ass. It's been rough.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of it, not gonna lie. That's scared. Like I fucking hate running. Like I
Anya,
could
have you
totally
ever
do it,
Ran
but
anything further than a mile?
yeah, I ran like a few 5Ks, like in like races.
Really?
Yeah. And like I ran this 5K with Nike one year, and like I won a pair of Asics. Like we ran around Reed Park pretty much.
Won the Nike and won some Asics.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, I
That's
literally
cool.
won the Asics, but not because I was like the
That's pretty
fastest, but
sick.
I could keep up. Like I like it wasn't bad. Like if I have to do it, I feel like I can 100% handle it. But it's just something that I would not enjoy doing. I don't think. You know.
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk shit or anything, but what we lived together for 2-3 years, I don't think I ever saw you do one run.
No, never. No, like I'm never gonna go outside and run, especially like outside. Like I've never done that before. Like when I played soccer, like I ran in play. You know, it's like a
You
practice
had
or
to run,
shit. But
yeah,
like,
so
You just
much.
hate it.
yeah, I just don't like it. I can be like, and like even if I do have to run, like I would much rather run like sprints than fucking run distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no way. But
It's just
are you guys feeling some like mental clarity from it? Like sometimes if I'm like doing something for a really long period of time, though, I feel like I find that kind of like repetitive sort of high from like
Yeah.
whatever exercise. So like with the lunges, I feel like that actually hits for me. Like once I get to a certain level of it, it just feels like that, like what I would assume a runner's high feels like. But have you guys felt that, you think?
exactly a runner's high.
Yeah.
That's why I like it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
clears
1000%,
my
yeah.
head more than anything because it's like once you hit that area in your run where your legs just feel heavy as shit and like they're not going to move. Like the best way I explain it to people is like once you hit that wall, like make yourself sprint, pick up your pace. And yeah, it's going to suck for a little bit, but I guarantee a minute after that, you're going to feel pretty damn good.
That flow state. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I feel like you have to kind of hit that like peak with anything though, like to like, and then there's like a flow state on the other side of it. Like when I do like really intense breath work and we're like breathing in like a pattern for like 45 minutes and you're like oxygenating so much, and like just like the speed of that, it's like you hit this wall and then it's like, oh, just like fucking calm and peaceful.
So to me, like running forces that, like, because I know a lot of people who, you know, don't take like breath work or meditation seriously to actually be able to, you know, feel like the euphoric sense. And so to me, like a run is kind of like the, you know, it's just
like
you go out there and grind and you can force yourself to it. And that's what I like about the running part, because you're going to get to a point where you're uncontrollably breathing, and obviously your body's not going to just let you not breathe to the point where you just die, you know. And so to me, running's always been like a hard way to force that same like euphoric feeling. And yeah, for me, like I go run before anything big, like, you know, I like looking at sports bets. I like doing that. Sometimes I have a big lift and I'll do a light run just to get my mind right. Or, you know, there's some days where I know I'm going to golf and I just hit a heavy ass lift the day before. So I'll get up to run just to get my body loose and my mind right before a round of golf. Doesn't help, but doesn't help the golf game, but makes the mental clear. Yeah, it definitely has. Feel good. I think definitely the consistency of it too, like the 30-day thing that I'm doing now has definitely made like the running like make me more mentally clear, just because like I was getting in my own head about running all the time and be like, oh, I need to get up and run. And a lot of times I'd get on myself about being like, oh, I need to run, but then I don't run. And then the whole day I'm like, oh, the whole day is shot because I didn't run. Whereas like this, like I'm committing to 30 days, like whether I feel like doing it or not, like there's no question. Like I'm doing it for 30 days. And I think that's kind of also building my mind up in that way. That's been really rewarding already, and it's only been 5 days. So I mean,
yeah, for sure.
I'm feeling good from that.
Yeah, when you do the things that you say you're gonna do, it's like, you just feel like Superman.
Exactly. Yeah. At the very least, you're building consistency, and worst comes to worst, you know, you're gonna be a little leaner at the end of it. But yeah. No, I really enjoy the runs because it's potential for anything to happen, even if it's something stupid. But like my motivation the last few days, so this year I haven't seen a turtle yet, and like when I moved here last year, I felt like I was seeing turtles every single day, and like to the point where I was having to stop my car, move them out of the road. Like even a turtle pissed when I was moving it one time, just unleashed a ton of liquid, and I was like, "Yup, that's piss." So that's been my motivation. I've been trying to manifest it the past couple days. Still no turtle.
Oh, gotcha.
But like, I don't know. Last night was exciting because, like Chris was just mentioning, like it's in my head that I'm doing it every day, and my day got away from me yesterday. And of course, like right as I'm about to go, I get like 3 severe thunderstorm warnings on my phone, and I look outside and it's like a black ass cloud, and I was like, fuck, well.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can't look like a little bitch like Chris has been doing his. Like, honestly, like, let's just go do it. You know, if I get struck by lightning, I get struck by lightning. We'll figure it out after that. And I told you that yesterday because you text me, you're like, dude, another day of rain. Fuck, man. And all I replied to him back was, well, it looks like the universe is trying to make you quit.
Damn.
No, honestly, last night's run was the easiest. Because it's like raining, so I'm thinking about like the rain the whole time, and I'm like watching other clouds come in, and like it was my fastest pace I've done
not to get struck by lightning
the last week.
Yeah.
I mean, not much you can do here with that. The lightning's been fucking nuts lately, dodging tornadoes, lightning.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, do you guys feel like you could have the mental clarity that you have if you didn't have routines like that. Because like all three of us, we've been like we have kind of unique lifestyles, unique schedules and stuff, and we have for a few years. Like I feel like my fitness or like the consistent stuff is like the only thing that keeps me in line. You know, if I don't have that, it's like the structure just like fucking everything falls apart.
That's why I go to the gym literally every single day. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, one of the hardest things for me is to stay up on my recovery, because it's like working from home the past few years and just not having anywhere to be. It's really tough because, it's easy to have those days where you just sleep in or don't get out of the house. But I've had those days where I don't do shit for multiple days because I don't have to. And like that third day, I just feel depressed because I haven't done anything. So the gym is like my anchor. Like I get up and go first thing in the morning every single day for the past few years. And at the very least, even if I just go walk on the treadmill for an hour, it gets me out of the house.
Yeah.
And that's what helps my thinking. Like I get out of the house, I'm not stuck in a place where, my body and mind is like, okay, let's relax. Like we don't have shit to do. Um, so it's my way to keep myself sane, honestly. It's not even like, oh, it makes me happy, I love doing it. It's just, I I literally feel like I'm going insane, like if I don't have something to do every day.
Yeah, you like literally have to, because I struggle with that big time, because it's like there's like no schedule when it's like you can work from anywhere, like work from home or do whatever. It's like I struggled with it a lot. There's like no structure to your day necessarily, unless like you make the structure. And like for me, I was like, I don't need to make a structure. I just need to have this time blocked out to be able to do this while I'm also doing this. And I was telling myself I can multitask and do whatever. But that's something I definitely have been struggling with, and trying to like block out certain times and figure that out. And it's really tough. But just like Twan said, I think I've been doing that, but with like the running thing, trying to get up and like, get out of the house, go run. That's why a lot of times I go down to the lake to run. And then I've been seeing a lot of turtles. And usually in the morning. I'm trying to get up earlier in the morning, but it's hard for me to wake up like earlier than like 7, just because I've been used to like going to sleep so late with like the work schedule and stuff. But I mean, I've definitely been getting better, waking up at like 7:30, getting out of bed and not phone sucking as soon as I get up in the morning.
Dude, isn't that crazy?
The worst.
Bro, it's like, do you guys have moments where you like catch yourself just like you're like scrolling and you like realize that you're scrolling and then you just keep fucking doing it? That happens to me. Like it used to happen to me all the time, that I realized and got it under control, and then now like it's been like sneaking in. And on the days when I'm like the most anxious, it's because I was fucking scrolling first thing in the morning.
Like I honestly don't mind it now, just because like, dude, Instagram has my fucking algorithm down. Like maybe like a year ago, like it would just put a bunch of stuff on my
like
page,
politics and stuff.
Like,
it was rough.
Like scrolling through, and I'm just like, dude, like I don't want to see any of this shit. Now they have it down to a science. Like they post now they got you stupid, random shit. And I mean, honestly, it's not. I don't think it's as big of a deal as it used to be. Like when working on my phone, it was bad then, because like, in between work, I would just scroll over, and it's a way for me to stay engaged on my phone. Because like if I stop and I go like wash the dishes, like granted there's probably a little Benjamin hidden there, but I'll like wash the dishes and then make food and then like clean out my microwave and then like go like sweep my garage, and then I'm like, oh shit,
you don't want to come back to work.
So I was like, wow, it's been 4 hours busy on my phone. Whereas now, like that I don't have that, like it's so easy for me to just be off my phone, and honestly I fucking love it, not having to stare at my phone. And now I just go on to laugh at stupid shit.
It's been a while, but I think it was like Saturday or Sunday, and Cass was out of the house, and like my phone died, and my phone charger was upstairs, and I was like, honestly, like I had no reason to be on my phone or like get my
Let
phone,
it
like get my
die.
charger. Yeah, so it literally just died. I put it on like the coffee table, and it was dead for like 6 hours before I went
Oh,
to
that's the
bed.
best.
Went up to sleep, and I went and laid in bed, and I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. Like I
Yeah,
felt so good. I was like,
for sure.
wow, like so present and like just felt good. And it's like that was also a time where I was like, damn, like I do scroll when I'm just sitting around. And I mean, you're saying you're not addicted to it, but like usually the person that's addicted to it is the one that says, no, I'm not addicted. And we're all addicted to our phones, it seems.
Yeah, we're all addicted to it for sure. Do you
Come
feel?
take my phone and watch how much I care. I will thank you.
Hey, can you guys I've been meaning to ask this to somebody. This is like a perfect opportunity, but like what's up with like the Zins? Like can you like sell me or explain this to me? Like what the fuck is up? Cuz now I'm like seeing stuff where it's like there's like a fucking benefit to taking them or whatever. Julio was trying to say
I'm
it,
so
gives you-
glad.
They say that there's like nootropics and like shit in them and stuff. They're like, oh, it like stimulates your brain, like not like
I mean,
Adderall or
scientifically
something
it
would,
does, but it's just. I think it's just.
but it's addictive also. And
It's just nicotine
like,
though, right?
it's nicotine, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
then
mean,
it's
it's
just
definitely probably better than like puffing on like a geek bar all day or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
'Cause,
I mean,
that's
look.
getting in your lungs, but
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is like back in high school, if I was like taking a test, like something that would genuinely like help me think would be like tapping my pen.
you get water.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of that stuff is more of like a fixation, an oral fixation,
Yeah.
and it helps people tap
The
into like a flow,
ADHD.
even though it
Yeah.
has like negative side effects to it. Like at
Well,
the
I
end
think
of the
it's
day,
also
some
like
sort of fixation.
it's also like
that helps people
if you
lock
have a
in.
problem with like the smoking the vapes or whatever, then it's a good alternative. But I don't have a nicotine problem, so it's like I probably shouldn't start then.
It's just
I'm just curious.
don't
I
know.
feel like I
It's
see them everywhere, and I'm like, what's up with? I don't understand what it is.
it's a nicotine pouch.
That's just what
It's
it is.
so like dip is
Yeah.
like tobacco and nicotine, but the Zen is just the nicotine pouch. That way you get like the little buzz from the nicotine without any of the other shit in it.
So it doesn't make you
I feel like
nauseous.
no,
I
I
don't-
definitely
it-
can.
It can.
I've definitely done like a 6 milligram. They have like a 3 milligram, then the 6 milligram. I did a 6. I was like, oh, like I'm gonna throw up everywhere.
Ugh,
Like
that
it was
sounds
pretty
fucking
terrible.
rough.
But I feel like they like lately with social media, it's just made it like so like mainstream and like, oh, like me and the boys we're going golfing. We're gonna have
Fucking
a
rips
beer
his
and
Zins.
rib some Zinskis, you know. So it's like the cool thing to do, literally, if you don't even like want to do
Yeah.
it. So I
got
kind
a
of
think
cool
it's gonna be-
name.
how it's been.
It's got a pretty cool name. Not gonna lie, Zin.
It is a cool
Lizinski.
name.
Like
Yeah.
fuck.
Honestly, if you go
Marketable.
golfing and you spend a day ripping Zens, I'm sure that's gotta be healthier for you than if you rip
Smoking
beers
cigs
or shots all
beers,
day.
Yeah, for sure.
1,000%. Yeah, I agree.
definitely.
Probably have you pretty dialed in too.
Yeah, that's
To me,
very
it's just
true.
a fixation. Everyone has fixations. Everyone has, you know,
What's your
their
current fixations one?
anime. No, I'm just kidding. My current fixation has honestly been Call of Duty. I've been ripping Call of Duty lately.
I'm telling you, you gotta stream, dude. People will watch. You're a funny guy.
Yeah,
You're a fun guy.
that sounds fun.
I definitely don't play any video games.
That's been my fixation. And like honestly, like I use it before let's say right now, like I'm going to look at say I want to play some bets later. Let's just say that. I go and look at some stats and stuff. Hypothetical.
This is not financial
So-
advice.
You know, I just no, I need to do the dishes downstairs. Like I gotta, you know, fix the brakes on my Jeep. Like just other shit to think about. I'll go and play some Call of Duty before
That's your
because
fixation.
like
Yeah.
because like I'll get pissed if I'm not doing good. But like once I'm doing good, I have to actually be locked into it. And so honestly, I feel like it helps me block everything else out and like focus on one thing. And then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, once I'm kind of more in that state, then I'm gonna
Yeah.
go do what I need to focus on. Could just be an excuse. Could just be because I'm happy. I don't know. But yeah, that's my current fixation.
Dude,
Mine
I get
was COD
fixated
for a
on
while.
like Oh, really?
He's the one who
Yeah,
got me back into it, and now he doesn't pay.
Yeah, I canceled my PS4 like monthly thing to get like online. It was like I think it was like 17 or 18 bucks a month. I didn't realize it was that much. I thought it was much cheaper, but I think it's just cheaper when you buy long term. But yeah, I was like, dude, this is ridiculous, and I was paying like once a month at that point.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, I'm gonna cancel that.
Yeah, well, you're like barely using
Hey,
it.
if you
it's like-
streamed, could pay for it.
Yeah, it could be
guys
worth
should.
it. Yeah, that'd be
You
very
should.
fun, honestly.
People will fucking eat that shit up. Even if it's just gay guys that just want to watch you guys.
Oh,
Let them fucking pay you.
Yeah.
As long as they send a check, baby.
I was thinking about that. I was like, dude, like down here on 4th Street, maybe I go get a job as like a bartender or something. Because
Yeah.
4th Street is the gay street, and it's like honestly, like I get hit on by gay guys all the time. Like that's where you can make your money.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
My
Yeah.
like way out of the bottom, but I'll never do it, is just posting like workout videos and like, you know, like
It's
a
like
banana
close-ups
boat or
of your-
something, and but like
Mhm.
being like showing how to do form and stuff, and man, I feel like gay people would make me rich.
100%. Dude,
Oh,
those
yeah.
cheeks. Those
But
cheeks.
I've
Dude,
never, I'm not a piece of
OnlyFans,
meat.
honestly. I'm not a piece
Yeah,
of
Probably
meat.
not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not selling my body or my soul.
How do you guys feel about OnlyFans?
Don't know much about it.
There's these guys that I follow in Nashville, like a lot of different models that are out there, and they'll like, I literally think when those girls do this too, where they like just sell like bikini pictures or like shirtless pictures, like basically like
You know,
especially-
get your bag.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm confident enough for that, to be honest. Like, I don't know, when we worked at Quantum and we'd walk around and people would just like come up and talk to me like they already knew me, like that was kind of weird. And I don't want to be on the streets one day and someone be like, "Oh, you're that dude who does leg
You're the naked
exercises
dude."
on OnlyFans, right?"
Mhm.
That would make me feel so weird.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that with this podcast earlier because like when I was talking to Twan about scheduling this, we were talking about just like how we kind of get in our head about people watching it sometimes, or like what we want to talk about, or how open we want to be, or whatever. And I literally have to like beg like people that I know to listen to anything that I make and I put online. Like normally when I like any other podcast that I've ever published, like if I ask my mom or my sister, like Marina or anybody, like, hey, like have you guys listened to the podcast that I posted? Like they're gonna say no. So there's really
Yeah.
nothing to fucking worry about because like the people that actually tap in are just strangers. So, but there's, I mean, I guess there is obsessions and stuff like that. People think that they know you.
Well,
and shit.
you got a fucking comedian now, so hopefully.
I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
if it does, if
Bring on the audience.
yeah, if the podcast does well, then
We
I'll
get
get
some
you guys
crowd
on
noise.
as permanent guests. What message do you want to get across this first time being on a podcast for each of you? What do you want to leave the world with?
Dude, I have so many messages right now.
I have so much to say.
You got so many. I was gonna say honestly, I feel like I should have came a little more prepared with like a little note sheet or something because I just feel like I'm blank
Well,
right
no,
now.
it's all good. I mean, like, I think I wanted to just get in the habit of doing more podcasts where it's like just laid back and we're just shooting the shit and like talking about whatever. Because I
Yeah.
feel like that's where the most valuable conversations come across. But especially social media right now, like we're in the age of like just people feeling like you're relatable. Like that's doing.
I got
better,
one
just being real.
message.
Okay, all right. Good. I got
It's
one
like,
message.
Oh, I was trying to deliver because you asked the question.
Okay,
and
okay,
it seemed
yeah,
like
yeah.
no one was ready. But no, I'd say my one message right now is like, how do I want to word this? I don't know. One thing that's been on my mind, because I feel like I have like a different theme every day, whether Young Thug lyrics are running through my head or I read something that inspired me or whatever it is, like, so random, but like things will just stick in my head. And like the thing that's been on my mind lately is I was talking to a friend the other day and we got into talking about the 4 agreements, and the one agreement that always sticks out in my head is everything is a mirror of you. And so it's like, even if like nobody's around you or nothing's in your space to actually make a reaction to whatever it is you're doing, whether it's positive or negative, like everything you put out into the world, like you're opening yourself up to that same energy to receive. And the reason why it's been on me lately is it's just, it feels like life lately has just been ass kicking after ass kicking after ass kicking. And on one end, like, I'm not going to lie to myself about how things have been in my life. But on the other end, like, I realized that, you know, you can't hold that shit too close to you. Like, you got to learn to realize things and then let go. Otherwise, if you get caught in that, like, you're going to continue attracting that energy from being unhappy about one circumstance. And I guess the biggest thing that I've not even learned, but remembered lately is to learn that, to let that shit go, just so you can create room in yourself and be prepared for new opportunities. Being mad at everything around you is not going to get you anywhere. And yeah, I think there's a ton of value in being real with yourself and looking yourself in the mirror and being like, you know what, like, you need to go about things in this situation differently, or need to completely get out of certain situations, or whatever it is. Like, you have to be real with yourself to even make that move, but then you can't let yourself get caught up in that. And
You can't like
yeah,
identify.
I'd say that's my message, is just like, you know, be aware of things in the life around you, and, you know, take responsibility and accountability for where you're at in your life. And don't hesitate to be real with yourself, but let that shit go, you know?
Yeah.
Make room for new blessings. And I think that's something that's been sitting on my mind lately, and it's crazy that I've been just really working on, I guess, rediscovering myself over the last few years. But a lot lately of like rediscovering myself, like rewriting down goals. I just feel like a lot of shit in my life has been stagnant and lost lately. And so I've been more vocal about it to the people that I speak to on a day-to-day basis. And mainly that's just, you know, people at the gym. That's one of the only things that do and or go out and do to where I'm interacting with other people. But it's funny when I talk about my own problems and my own trials and tribulations that I'm going through, I realize that so many other people are going through the same shit. And I'd rather, you know, be the one that learns the lesson. That way people around you can learn, because if you're making the environment around you better, it's only going to help you get further in life.
For sure, yeah.
So that's been the main thought really weighing on my head lately, is like, you know what, find a balance of being real with yourself, but don't hold on to that shit. Like, only accept good shit into your life, and be aware when negative shit forces itself into your life. That way you can learn how to dispose of it and get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, like let go, like the story that we tell ourselves, or like identifying with it. It's crazy. Like it's crazy how much like we go into like things like with these expectations of based off of like the things that we're trying to avoid. Like we're like, we don't want to get hurt again like last time, and then we go into it like expecting like trying to be cautious of those things. That's kind of like creating the same. So yeah,
And like a good metaphor to go behind that, and it's actually, I forget which book it's from, but it's a whitewater rafting metaphor. And one of the things that they teach you, apparently, I've never been whitewater rafting, so I'm taking the book's word for it. I could be completely bullshitting, so if you're an avid whitewater rafter, don't call me out if I'm wrong. But I guess one of the things that they teach you is, like, obviously there's going to be obstacles and certain things you're avoiding when you're whitewater rafting. So you want to avoid those things, but the thing not to do when you're trying to avoid that is to look at what you're trying to avoid.
yeah,
Like, you need to focus on where it is you want to go, because if you're focused on the negative shit, like, you're naturally sending energy there. Like,
You're just gonna
you
go
don't
towards
even
it.
know
Like my
where it
golf
is
game.
you need to go.
If I
literally.
look at a tree or some water, I'm going straight to the tree or the water.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why you gotta-
exactly how it is. It's like the last
You're
thing
a
that
good
year.
golfer, because if I look at a tree, there's no way in hell I'm hitting it.
Yeah, most of the time.
I aim for the green and land everywhere but the green. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing like hand-eye coordination drills, and I swear, like that shit's been like fucking making me dialed as fuck. I'll like sit here, like just taking my eyes all the way like into my peripheral vision.
You're like too aware. You can see 360 degrees around you.
Yeah, like basically, I saw this thing the other day that was saying how like the more that you can see into your peripheral vision, kind of tells you like how much trauma you've gone through. Like somebody who's like really who's gone through like a lot of trauma, like they could like see something happen. Like I could still see like if I'm looking at
Awareness.
you guys, I can see like right here, huh?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I can see my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely
I
see.
can
Like,
see everything behind me in my backyard right now.
damn, you're traumatized, Chris. Wow.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
It's like the guy from Big Daddy ordering the Skittles pizza or something.
Oh, yeah. My favorite, Oreo and French fries.
Like, kind of like look like Chauncey's eyes.
Oh, that's
man.
good stuff.
That guy's funny as fuck. Have you guys seen the guy who's sailing from
Oh yeah,
Oregon to
I know what
Hawaii.
you're talking about.
Literally just watched this video right
I
before
literally
this.
like every single day I'm like checking in. I'm like, fuck, where
That
is he?
dude legit has me wanting to. It's funny, Chris and I talk about this all the time. I always talk to Chris about, if everything fails, then I'm just gonna move to a beach in Mexico and sling
Same
some
pros,
mangoes
baby.
to people. And honestly, seeing him do that is exactly the feeling I would imagine. And honestly, I've never been happier for just a random human being than I am for him.
Literally.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so inspiring.
He's
It's
gotta feel fucking
lighthearted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly so fucking good. It makes you just realize, like, damn, you could just do that any moment. Do you feel
And
like
I think my
you're...
favorite
Go ahead.
Do whatever you want with your life.
I think my favorite part about that whole story is he's the most awkward fucking person
Yeah,
in the world.
for sure.
And I feel like I joke around a lot on a smart ass, but I feel like for the people who don't know me, like are kind of like, "Well, this guy's fucking weird," and then it'll leave me feeling awkward. And so I kind of relate to that sometimes, but like seeing him be awkward and like
Yeah.
laugh and like, all these things, and he
Just be
just
normal.
posts it raw
Yeah,
is very inspiring to like
for
to
sure.
not give a fuck about the
Yeah,
world,
Just
just
having fun,
Yeah.
do what makes you happy.
enjoying.
And that's like what where we're at right now, and like that's what feels the best, and that's what like does the best. I feel like that's what I'm really trying to do with just podcasting, because sometimes when I'm like trying to think of something to say or like a video to do, you like start to go into that tone of like, you know what I mean, like trying to like stand out or whatever on reels, and like,
Yeah.
I feel like podcasts are like the easiest way to just capture some real rawness, because I also like can't listen to like something that feels too scripted or something that feels too like, like I listen to
Yeah.
podcasts
You
that
gotta
are
force
very
it.
fucking chill. Like I listen to
You
fucking
gotta
Joe
force
Rogan.
it, shit.
Yeah,
You're such a bro.
me.
Yeah,
Listen to Joe Rogan, bro.
Yeah. No, that
India-
actually leads into
India
what
love.
like my message was earlier is like, being true to yourself. Because like
Yeah.
honestly, like I posted a reel like a day or two ago, and I was like, I kind of did like a template of somebody else's, and when I kind of like looked at it afterwards, and I was like, bro, like this kind of looks like me, like some of my content that I'm doing, but also like I don't know, I wouldn't talk like this in some
Yeah.
ways, and it's like also like it's just gonna get kind of saturated and get stuck in like the saturated market of like all these reels that are going around, and it's like, oh, it's just another typical one of these reels, and it doesn't really like show my personality or anything. So it's like
Yeah,
the real raw like you kind of stuff that you're doing is like the best way to go about it.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think whenever you like also take the time to like, instead of getting intimidated by like the editing part of it, like where
Mhm.
it's like even though like a template seems like super easy, you just plug all the stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like if you just take the time to like learn how to do it one time, it actually just feels so much more fulfilling at the end of the day. Like I feel like I'm at a point
Yeah.
now with making videos where it's like more fun than anything else.
Mhm.
Like when I get myself to do it, it's like I enjoy making the actual video. So I'll try to challenge myself and like learn how to do something from scratch. And then like I think that part of
Yeah.
it's fun for me is like learning how to like take in all those things into consideration that are like, gonna make it do well or whatever, but like
Mhm.
bring like do something that nobody else can do, because like I fucking hate that shit when people like copy
Yeah.
the same thing
I
as
think
me.
that's why I procrastinate as much as I do, is because I have that mindset with things of like, you know what, if I'm
Yeah.
going to go down this path, then I want to like know how it works. I want to perfect it. Like I want
And that's
to
my thing, I want it to be
understand it to the
perfect.
point
Yeah.
of having no speed bumps. And it's like, okay, that's a
You
big
won't
pill to
ever. Yeah.
swallow.
Well, and it changes every single day. That's the thing with content and like social media is like
Yeah.
every single day it constantly evolving. So you just have to like jump in and like catch the flow pretty much because it's like it's annoying, but some people like fucking start posting content and they just blow the fuck up since like day one. I feel like I've been pretty consistent for a long time to like
Oh,
where you know, and it's like I see it happen all the time. Like I have friends who I've given advice to, and then they're like fucking. It's like I'm fucking happy for them for sure, you know. But like they've gotten crazy opportunities almost right away.
Mhm.
And it's just like
That
it's like frustrating, but it's like okay, well, you know, for some people, it's like at the end of the day, like it's the algorithms or the trends or whatever. Like sometimes you just get lucky and can like fucking ride this wave.
Oh, insane. Yeah, like last night I was watching, have you guys seen the Netflix series of Brett Favre documentary?
I haven't.
Okay, so yeah, basically I won't give too much about it, but there's this girl who was like went to Florida State and she was like this she was in like marching band or something. So she was like you technically would call her a nerd because she's in marching band kind of thing. But she's like really good looking. She went to a Florida State game and the cameraman was on her like the whole game. And literally just from that, like she was getting blown up like
Holy
crazy
shit.
because she was so good
Yeah.
looking, and like they called her like the cowboy or the cowgirl of the game. Then she went on to sign with Playboy, Maxim, Sports Illustrated, like almost instantly after
That's
that
nuts.
happening. And it's like just the virality of that happening, and like she literally her just being seen like that. It's insane.
Yeah.
it's
It's
you know
yeah. Go ahead.
the guy who just went viral for his morning routine,
Yeah.
Ashton.
yeah, Ashton Hall. I actually just saw right before this podcast that or DJ Khaled posted a picture of him and said like he's got a new trainer or something, and whether that's true or not, I was like, damn, that one video, like it made him make connections with literally DJ Khaled. Like whether you like the guy or not, like him posting that video blew him up, and he's now hanging out with DJ Khaled, and I think that's dope because he seemed like he was pretty successful before, but like me personally, I've never heard about him, and I'm sure you guys didn't know about him
No,
before that video blew up, but now it's like he was put in a spotlight, and I'm sure he's getting a shit ton of opportunities now, which is honestly my reason for even just starting to post recently again and even get on a podcast. Podcast is always something that has interested me, but like one thing I'm hoping to get out of this, not this specific podcast, but like you know, one opportunity leads to another, or
Yeah, for
one
sure.
opportunity can lead to multiple different opportunities. And
Yeah.
I think just putting myself out there, posting more content, getting being open to get on podcasts, or even just like talk to new people out in public, like the things that are make your nerves go a little crazy. Like
Yeah.
you're putting
Make you a
yourself
little
out there
nervous.
for opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like just you're like replicating your value that you could be having it, and like that's what I think a podcasts are cool because like it's just to record a conversation. Like we would have this conversation regardless, and like you just get to replicate that now, have this like tangible thing that you can like give to somebody and like get them to especially like feel your energy like for real, you know what I mean, like feel who you are because it's like different than just like a video, but it's also like your personality like is the thing that gets people to continue to listen to, which is kind of cool, you know. It's like that personal brand, developing that personal brand. And even like I think something too that I was thinking about with you guys, like as you're going through like transition and stuff, like I feel like I've gone through this multiple times, especially with like all the knowledge that I have and all these different things where like sometimes if life kind of hits me and there's like this moment of like I'm not as actively like doing something every day, like actively like working on my business or whatever, I'll feel like it almost like feels like I forget how much fucking value I have to give. Like, oh, I just fucking lost it all those years of like like just because I'm not doing
That's
something
literally
actively
me right now.
does not feel like I'm not I just lost all that knowledge that I had, or all that, all that grit. And so just you putting all that out there and sharing it, I think it's like, you don't realize how valuable, like, but you kind of do, like, whenever you're having conversations with people at the gym. I know, like, we'll talk about this all the time, where you'll be like, oh yeah, I was giving advice to these people at the gym. And it's like, yeah, no shit, because you have a lot to offer, all, like, everything that you've done is, like, still there. There's no, like, you're not, it's like what we were talking about earlier in the group chat of, like, don't let your car be the fucking coolest thing about you. Like, you're still Tuan, you're still Chris, like, no matter what's around you, like, and that's what's cool is, like, all that hard work you've put in, like, you literally have, like, invested into yourself, and it stays there. Like, you've built this, like, toolbox that, like, now you just get to, like, morph it and use it in a different way. But I think, like, just because you turn a camera on and start talking doesn't mean that, like, anybody can be valuable. But, like, you're valuable because of all the stuff that you've accumulated over time. You don't just lose that. I forget that all the time too. Like, if I have, like, a bad day, I'll be like, fuck, dude, like, my life is going to shit. And, like, I'm like, I literally, like, all the stuff that I've done and all the fucking work I put in, especially physically, and, like, I mean, especially on my own health, I feel like that's the most valuable shit you could have nowadays.
Yeah. It's like what Twan said about, like, letting go, like, earlier in the conversation. He's like, yeah, all this stuff that you had in your past, like, you got to let go of. But, like, all, like, the good stuff, like, hold on to that shit.
Yeah. Like, that's
like,
who you are.
remind yourself who you are, and, like, be confident.
And it doesn't take value away from it by letting it go. Like, it's everything that I've done in my life up to this point is exactly why I'm here right now. So it's not
You're,
just
like, letting go
holding
of, like,
zero value.
of the
The
stagnant
energy that
energy.
comes with it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely valuable. It's just, like, but you've, like, worked through it already. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to hold on to, like, that negative stuff about it. It's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm a overthinker at heart, and like, even I'll just go through thought processes of, like, not understanding why, like, certain things happen the way that they do. And, like, I'll sit there and think, and I'm like, did I really learn my lesson, like, that I was supposed to? And it could be something that happened last week or a couple of years ago, but, like, sometimes I'll fuck with my head of, like, okay, like, am I thinking about it for a reason, or, like, do I still have more to learn? And honestly, I think it's just up to you, the attention you give it. Like, you can choose to be done with something at any point in time, but, like, even that thought I've had the struggle with of, like, okay, like, did I really learn my lesson from that? Like, or I'll just be sitting pondering and be like, oh, that was a weird thing that happened in my life a year ago, and it's
next.
I mean, Tanya and I have talked about this so many times, but, like, I feel like there's weird shit that happens in my life on a daily fucking basis. Like, the most random weird shit in the world, or even, like, situations that take more than one day. But, like, I just feel like I've been through so many fucking weird, out of the ordinary situations.
Yeah, you definitely have. That's a fact.
Like, I was telling stories the other day. I was at Brian's. I was telling stories the other day. Just
it almost sounds like you're lying.
Something got into me. Something got into me. I was just talking to him that night, hit the pen a couple times, and the brain was just flowing. And I was telling stories that, like, I don't even think about that often.
Yeah.
And hearing other people be like, what the fuck? Like,
that'll make you realize it.
You go through that shit, and then, like, the stories stacked on top, like, one on top of the other, is just like, I guess, like, I've been through some fucking crazy shit, and, that's where I go into with the podcast, is I'm like, dude, I could tell some stories, it could be interesting at the very least, but I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck to start. Like, some of them you just laugh at, some of them you'd gain a lesson from, some of them, like, I don't know, it might change your way of thinking, but, like, I mean, it keeps me entertained, though.
Yeah. And it also, like, prepares you. Like, I have a bunch of clients where we'll be talking about something, they're, like, dropping some shit on me, and I'm, like, listening to their story, and, like, I have a lot of clients that have, like, really deep, different levels of trauma, and they'll be telling me something, and I'm like, dude, I literally don't think another trainer, it'll always be like the people who like find me randomly like on Instagram that I've never met before, or like there's no really, we haven't had a conversation about like, hey, I'm really traumatized in these ways. And then we're like on our third coaching call. Once they sign up for coaching, they'll sign up for like some other reason, like I don't know, like they're want to fix like physically
Big
want to go through
butt.
the transformation. They want a fat ass, whatever. But then later we get into it and they tell me the story, and I'm like, damn, I don't think I could like stomach this conversation if I hadn't gone through my own levels of shit. Like I wouldn't understand, you know what I mean? There would be like no
Yeah.
perspective, even though there's still so many. Everyone's different. Everybody's trauma is different. The level or the intensity of the stories, like I'm like, no, I get it. Trust me. Like you're good, and I'm able to like hold that space for them. But if I hadn't already like gone through my own like healing journey, even though there's a lot of stuff that I'm constantly working on, like if I hadn't like uncovered a lot of that shit, I wouldn't be able to even like hold that space for anybody.
Great example. Like, I don't even know why this just popped in my head, but it makes me think of like when we first moved to Buena Vista in Nashville, Tanya, and it's just ghetto as fuck. like don't go on the Nextdoor app if you live in Buena Vista, but like going there, like the way I was raised, I was taught a lot of street smarts and like how not to get in trouble, and like for very good reason. And those stories are for a completely different day. But like I felt comfortable and just like knew how to talk to people there, and like don't look and stare at people. Don't like know how to talk, know when to talk, know when not to talk. Know maybe don't.
Dude, some crazy shit.
Don't take your evening walk like you would back in Tucson, Arizona, because there's a lot more hood and you legit might get shot.
Like it's like
for no reason.
Completely different level. Yeah, 100%. Like somebody was asking me like a few days ago, I think it was Julian, he was like, okay, what's like the worst thing that happened when you guys lived there? And I was like, dude, our neighbor had a bullet hole like right above their fucking nightstand. Do you remember that?
Car getting stolen?
Your car got stolen, like from our driveway.
Our neighbor getting fucking shredded by her dogs at 3 a.m. and me having to take her to the emergency room.
That's rough, bro.
Me having to save Chauncey and Kovu from getting eaten by those same dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my
2
God,
times they got in a fight. We had this lady that would like walk, because our houses were like stacked on a lot. And so there was this like lady that lived behind us that would walk through our yard just like screaming crazy shit in the middle of the day. Do you remember? She would just like be like fucking yelling and like fighting with nothing. Dude, there was some crazy shit.
Many people doing that. Like I can't put a face to it because I've seen that so many times. Or like one morning I woke up at like 6 a.m. to walk Kobu, my dog. And I'm walking up the street and like there's a house like with caution tape all around it and like CSI investigation unit vans, and like then I go and look it up and there was a homicide there. And I was like, dope, 6 a.m, tight. Like,
dude, whenever Twan's car got stolen, our neighbor like came and tried to help us, and she was like, let's go, we're gonna go drive and look for it. And I think she was hammered, and we didn't realize it until
she wasn't a little drunk.
She was hammered, and we didn't realize it. I mean, I didn't realize it until we were in the car. And she dude, it was like down the street from our house, like almost like on our same street. There'd just be like trap houses where it's like there's like 10 dudes just standing outside. It's like pitch black outside. They're like just standing outside, like waiting for somebody to pull up. And she'd like fucking pull up and be like, "Hey, have y'all seen Alexis?"
And like another 10 dudes that you couldn't see before would walk out to like
step out. How do you know they didn't fucking take the car? But it was like, so we were like, I was like holding on for dear life, and she was driving crazy. Oh my God.
It sounds like a fever dream, like living there, like always some random 100%. Crazy.
Or there was that.
Dude, that's my whole life.
Christmas. Yeah, that's very true. That's my fucking whole life.
Like my whole life is a fever dream, and sometimes it feels like a simulation because I'm like, dude, like people are standing outside a big fat bubble and just laughing at me as I figure out
like
where my
like
the Simpsons movie. Yeah, they're just
it's like the Truman Show. Yeah, it's like the dome in the Simpsons movie. Yeah, that's what I've always visualized it like. But that's what the Truman Show. It's like they're just like in this like bubble.
I
Dude,
heard of it. Yeah.
yeah, do you feel like your dad? I was gonna ask this earlier, but like, does your dad, Chris, does he like living in Mexico?
Oh, he loves it.
Does your dad like, or even when you go down there? I feel like I talk to Jalen about this all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel different like being in Mexico with, especially like in San Carlos? Like, there's like I feel like there's so much less technology.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's kind of
insane.
nice. It's I very much feel like when my phone died a few days
Yeah,
ago,
for
like I
sure.
kind of feel like that. It's kind of nice because I go down there and I'm like, well, I mean, I have service and stuff if I need it,
Yeah.
but also like it's obviously like a third world country kind of thing, so obviously things are different. Um,
I think it was
But-
what was it? The national championship game for the men's college basketball.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like texting Chris, and it was a pretty hype game. And I texted him. I was like, "Dude, did you see that?" And he sends me a picture of his phone, and him and his dad are watching the game on his phone, and it was cracking me up. And he was like, "Yeah, like the whole fucking zip code has one power line that they share, and it's out."
Oh my
yeah,
God.
literally,
Literally,
like one
bro.
line that goes over the top of the street, and then like people drive through there, and like one night, literally somebody got in a car accident. They were drunk as fuck, and they like smashed into this
Oh,
power
yeah.
line, and it just knocked that one line down, and everybody on the whole like block was out of power. So
Honestly,
crazy.
that's how it is here at this house that I live in, and like up by Opryland in Nashville. Like it's an older neighborhood, and I swear, in like the last year, I've had my power go out at least 10 times, and
Dude,
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is powering this whole row of houses back here,
Yeah.
like hidden way back up against the riverbed?
just car batteries.
And dude, like a car got in a wreck by the Waffle House like 2 miles away, and it hit the power line, and literally thousands of homes in that area were just out of power. And I'm like, dude, all these homes are getting their electricity from this one power line. That's crazy.
that's
Yeah.
pretty nuts.
How can they do that? We're like in 2025 now, and like you have one power line. Like the fact to even see like power lines out nowadays is like kind of crazy because everything's like underground and like much more technologically advanced. But they
Technologically advanced, dude? I've been going down the fucking rabbit hole with like the guy that's on the boat, right? Like sailing or whatever. He's using Starlink to like upload. So I was like, how the fuck is he doing all this?
I was wondering about that.
And then also there's this other guy that I just started following that like is driving his Tesla through, like he's going to Argentina from, I think he started in Texas. So he's like in Mexico right now, and he's driving his Tesla, and it has like solar panels on it and stuff, and he like lives in it. And I've been just like
That's pretty
fucking,
dope.
and it's just
Yeah.
crazy because it's like, I was like, wait, how the fuck do they do that? But there's a way. But Starlink seems to be like
Starlink is
fucking
legit.
like the fact that he's at the middle of the ocean and he could just like still use the internet. Like what the fuck? That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, my
Like I
dad
can't
took
even
that
use
to
my
Mexico.
fucking phone.
He can't
That's
order
what he
food,
used.
but he
Airplane.
could like. I know what the fuck.
Mm.
Dude, but even that guy, like, talking about the viral overnight thing, like, he has, like, 1.5 million followers, and then, like, fucking big-ass names, big-ass companies, and famous people are, like, commenting on his videos. And I think it
Dude,
just blew up since he took off.
The kid sailing, literally every single
Yeah,
post
him.
he has like Delta Airlines commenting, like
He's gonna get everything for free. That's crazy.
That's sick.
That'd be pretty
dude
nice,
set
eh?
for life.
Literally, as long as he keeps sailing.
Mm.
Dude,
He's
but it's
gotta
like
sail
I'm
around
like
the
I'm
rest-
like kind
for the
of
rest
like
of
I'm
his
like,
life.
fuck, like I don't want him to fucking get in trouble. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like not in trouble, but like in trouble like with fucking nature. Like what if we just
Yeah.
stop hearing from him?
Or he runs into pirates.
God's got him.
Or he runs into
Dude,
pirates
that's the
because
Atlantic.
That would be.
That's the Atlantic Ocean, or like the
you don't
Bering
know that
Sea.
though.
There's no pirates in the Pacific.
There could be, you don't know that. I
I
totally
think they're
believe,
they're really in the
think there is.
Mediterranean and like Indian, but you know, pirates don't really follow the rules. They're probably
I'm
gonna
gonna
be.
pop an Adderall and spend all night scouring the satellite and make sure there's no pirates coming up on
They're
us.
not. You're gonna
Yeah.
catch them on satellite, dude. I feel like it's like some Pirates of the Caribbean shit. They like they like have like
security.
their own like they have like their own species of people out there. They're like mermen and mermaids and stuff. When I was a
Like
kid, cause I
avatars.
I lived in San Carlos when I was a little kid. Cause my like we lived like literally like my mom worked at that hotel that's like it's called Marina Terra now, where the marina is. We lived right across the street, and like I'd go hang out with my uncle all the time, and we'd always make up these stories of like if we took too long at the store or something, we'd be like, oh, we were out there, we were fighting pirates, and so I like go along with him, like just like make up a story to my mom. And I've always thought that there's like fucking. I feel like there's some weird energy in San Carlos specifically. I feel like there's something like weird about the land, like in a good way, but like
eerie.
In a eerie, like almost like this place doesn't exist. It's almost like that place in Black Mirror, San Junipero. You know which one I'm talking about? Where it's like they go, they like plug in whenever they're like gonna pass away.
I know you like San Junipero.
Well, yeah. You know why I like it, huh? That's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some like Bermuda
It's a
Triangle
lesbian joke.
like oh.
You're lesbian till that episode.
But I was thinking about that the other day. So me and my friend James here in Nashville, he wanted to go on a hike, and so I took him out by the lake, and we're talking, and I was like, it's so crazy that like this land right here and land that you've been on has seen life for millions of years at this point. Like the land I'm hiking out in the middle of Nashville, like, you know, people could have bunkered there during the Civil War and thousands of years even before that. Like the land has seen so many things happen, and more specifically, we were talking about like the trees and like trees having wisdom. And I guess San Carlos would be like the cactus. I don't know, the cacti.
There's this
but
yeah.
But it's crazy because like so much shit has happened even where I'm living right now. Like, you know, people might have been fucking slaughtered at some point. There might have been witchcraft. Like,
yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, damn.
They're definitely fucking, that's for sure.
Might have been fucking. All right, you took it too far.
No, it's funny you say that too, though, because actually last time I was down there, my dad was like, yeah, this guy, Kike or something is coming over here. And I was like, nice, who is it? And he's like, yo, he's like our good buddy. His dad like founded San Carlos. And I was like, how do you found, like, how old is this guy?
Only one family.
Bullshitting.
There's only one family that owns, so like all the land that's there, that's not like, you know, being developed, like all the desert that like goes back like by Soggy Peso and stuff, all that is owned by one family. It's like I think their last name is like Caballero or something like that. But they sell it, like they literally just hold on to it. And they start like selling like little by little, so it could totally be like he's part of that family. That would make sense.
I mean, I met him. I'm like, hey,
there's this like
he's just a Mexican dude. I don't know.
There's this like energy center. There's like you know where the dolphin aquarium is? Dolphinario. If the world ever ends, we're meeting there. Okay, like if something goes down, we're all meeting there. Like everybody knows this. But if you like I was like driving past that, like going into Guaymas. Dude, I was just thinking about pepper sauce last night. I was like, I wonder if people know about it. We'll talk about it in a second. But I'll tell you a story after. My car clock kept changing when I would like drive past this point. My mom had told me about this like energy center in San Carlos. There's like this like vortex, like there's like this known like energy like center in the ground. And every time I would drive by there, like my Jeep, like my phone wasn't even plugged into the car. Like my Jeep clock kept changing back and forth, and I was like, why is there a fucking time change? Like, you know how like your car you have to set it? Yeah. It was fucking weird, and I kept like I was there for like 3 days, and I was like noticing it. And then I realized, like, later I asked my mom where that energy center. I haven't gone to it, but like she told me where it was, and it's like right around that area, like where you like are going through Miramar into Guaymas. Yeah. And it was like my car kept acting fucking crazy.
Like between the mountains and like that, the Miramar, whatever, like.
Yeah, like when you start to like look around, and it's like towards the end. Yeah, like right there, it would like almost like right before I like went past that like last little police station thing. It just kept, and I was like kept trying to like notice like where does it keep, because I kept getting confused with time because my car clock kept changing, and I was like, what the fuck? And my mom told me that.
Am I high or is my car high?
I was like, fucking.
Yeah, that's sketch. That reminds me of like Sedona too, like the vortex and like energy in Sedona. That's like, I think I'm a little overdue for a Sedona trip just to go there and feel all the electric frequencies.
I've literally never been to Sedona.
They have a Buddhist temple there, and it is probably the most calming place in the world. It's like, it might not be Buddha temple. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Buddhism.
But it's like its own like. That's fucking crazy, bitch.
Buddhism.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No.
White
Uncultured.
Oh, sorry.
Have you seen The White Lotus?
No.
I'm out.
Culture.
You need to
What
like
culture?
watch it right now.
Okay, I
It's
will.
so good.
All right, but I will. Wait,
Uh,
talk about pepper sauce caves. Don't forget about pepper sauce.
Yeah, you gotta talk about that. I've honestly never
All
been,
right,
and I lived in Tucson for
You've
forever.
never been? Oh, I haven't been to
No.
Sedona, which is crazy.
So basically, pepper sauce is a tiny little cave on the backside of Mount Lemon, which obviously both of you guys know. There's that dirt road that goes up there for like when the roads are closed on the front side from too much snow. Well, anyways, for the people who don't know, it's maybe 30, 40 miles down like this random dirt road completely away from the city that goes up the backside of a mountain. And it's like you don't have cell service, anything there. Like there's like maybe some ranches back there. Like when I was a kid, I did a YMCA camp like way back
Oh
there.
yeah.
But so I know about pepper sauce
Yeah,
from
it
my
felt haunted
mom
back
and
then.
my dad. They used to go up there, and basically how it looks when you're driving up is there's no stores, buildings, streetlights. Literally, there's nothing except a dirt road on the side of a big ass mountain. And once you get near the top, there's this little there's this ravine you park next to, and like there's no way to know if you're there
Yeah,
unless
like,
you've
there's
been
no
there
way.
before.
There's not even a
And
place to
so
park.
you
Though. You have to
park.
find a way.
Yeah, you like park on the side of the dirt road, but obviously it's not a busy road. And you walk like a quarter mile down this ravine, and then it's maybe 100 or 200 feet up on the side of this mountain. And you climb in it, and it's this tiny little hole to get in, and you have to climb for a couple minutes, and then all of a sudden it opens up into this huge like channel of caves. And when you go here, there's no tour guides, nothing. Like you have to bring your own headlights. And I've probably been there 5 times at this point, but this one time, the first time I had ever been there, I went with my friend Dante and another girl, and you guys remember Mitzel. So it was us three,
Not
and
Mitzel. Oh my gosh, that's a fucking hilarious combination of people.
and so we decided to go out there, and it's like midnight when we're going, so it's already pitch black on the outside. And we
Yeah.
stop at Walmart. Like I grab a machete. Like we grab just basic stuff. We have a couple blunts rolled, and so we get in there, and like I'm the first one that goes in. And I'd been there one other time before, but I'd like not gone in the caves. I'd just gone in and like peeked my head in. And so I go in and I see this animal, like have
Oh my
zero clue what
God.
it is. Like I couldn't tell if it was a
Fuck that.
coyote, a wolf, like, but it's inside the cave. And I'll look it up before I'm done with this story and tell you guys exactly what it is, because it's an animal I'd never heard of. And now whenever I see it,
Chupacabra.
I'm like, oh shit, that's what I saw in the cave. So anyways, we go in, and I come out and I'm like, yo, there's an animal in there. And the other two people don't believe me. They think I'm fucking with them to like
That's-
scare them.
hey,
and I'm like, dude,
That
like,
kind of makes
was
sense.
this
You
Before
would
or after you
100%.
couple blunts?
Yeah, you would 100%.
sober.
But you would 100%
So,
be like, "Oh, there's
anyways,
an animal in there."
Yeah.
I look in and I tell Dante, and they don't believe me. And Dante's like, okay, I'll look. And he looks in and he sees it walking away. And he's like, dude, like I saw it, but I didn't really get to see it. And Mitzel's like, you guys, like, she's like talking shit to us, like, stop fucking with me, like, don't be a pussy, blah blah. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna go. So we get in there and don't end up seeing it, and we sit in the middle of this room, and we're like, okay, cool, let's smoke this blunt and let's turn off our lights so it's completely pitch black in there. We'll turn on the lights when we're done. So we do, and I'm literally not on this planet. And we're like, all right, let's start exploring, because it's maybe 2 miles long, and at the end of it there's this book you can sign. And I know my mom and my dad signed it when they were like 18. So I was like, I want to figure out how to get there. So we're going through, there's like a ladder area, there's a slide area, there's like a rabbit hole, which is like a tiny little hole you have to crawl through. There's a bunch of like random places you don't want to go. Like you could literally fall and like into like a
it's like
crevasse,
scary.
I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're going, and maybe like an hour in, we get to the slide, and my friend Dante is like, okay, like I'm gonna go down, and he slides down, and I guess he just underestimates it and like gets to the bottom and trips, and he breaks his fucking hand. Like you could see it broken. And we're like, oh shit. Like we need to get him to the hospital right now. It's like 2 a.m. And so we tried backtracking our steps right after we just smoked this blunt. And
Like that's already hard to do.
We get lost.
Period.
We get lost in this cave system for 4, maybe 5 hours. And every time we would go back and retrace our steps, we'd take a different way and end back up at the same exact spot. And I was going crazy. I was getting scared, like not gonna lie.
Definitely a fever.
And we're like, fuck it, like let's just follow it all the way out. So we ended up making it out, and come to find out, like you have to go one way through it. And would have been nice to know that before. But yeah, basically it's this cave system that's like very secretive, and there's like
you have to be like a local, and you obviously have to be a batshit fucking crazy to go in there. I've been in there 2 times.
Yeah.
But it's
I call
like
it
adventurous.
But like it is adventurous, but it's like whenever you talk to somebody, especially if they don't have like caves where they're from, or they don't even like, you know, entertain these kind of conversations, it's kind of crazy that we would do that. But like
It's
so
crazy because-
try to explain this, or I can explain it too, like for somebody who doesn't, because I feel like I know what you're talking about because I've been there, but it's like you start to like crawl in, and you can't, like, you have to have a headlight on, and you can't like pick up your head too fast because it's like so short in there.
Like
For
it
the
is
first-
tight in some areas.
tight. And for the first, like, I don't know, like for a good minute, you have to kind of like crawl in. It like there's like a really low ceiling, and then you get to this point to where you like go into this big ass cave, and then that big ass cave is full of a bunch of little caves, and then like over time, people have like graffiti and stuff on the wall with like arrows of like go this way and shit. But I honestly feel like they all kind of like confuse the fuck out of you, because like it almost feels like somebody went in there and like put the wrong directions to like fuck with you.
To fuck with people, yeah.
But like somebody's put in like there's like ladders in there, and then there's also like a lot of water. But there's some areas that like close. I think the book room closes if it's like a certain humidity or something. So like you can't even get in there unless like there's certain times of the year where like
It's like the
caves,
Goonies
open.
type shit.
It's fucking scary. I've never been in the book room, but
All right.
So you guys want to know the animal it was?
yeah.
It's called a costamundi. And
Oh,
let me find a good picture. So Chris knows. So this is
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Oh shit.
But that's what I saw when I
Oh,
entered the
Lord.
cave system, was a costamundi. Never heard
Dude,
of that
there's
in my life.
I've
There
never
was a
seen that
bunch
either.
of those in Cancun when I was in Cancun.
Or a Cody
recently.
mundi. A Cody mundi, not a costamundi.
Cotamundi. Yeah, and dude, have you seen the picture of like a bunch
they
of them with their
dangerous?
tails up? And it's like, dude, I didn't know that there are dinosaurs. And it looks
Running
like a
in
dinosaur.
reverse.
Yeah,
They're running
it's
in
a-
reverse.
Yeah,
They run
Little
in
baby-
reverse.
Stegosaurus.
Kind of looks
Mhm.
like dollies,
Yeah, Stegosaurus thing, hilarious.
but they're not dangerous.
I don't think so. They just like
Let me-
eat like nuts and stuff. I think.
Dude, there was one
I
time
don't
when
know.
went
I
to-
heard they can be
Bugs dangerous.
Oh really?
Are Cody mundis dangerous?
There was one day where when I lived in Houston, I like went to go let Chauncey out, and there was a fucking armadillo in the middle of the road, and I had never seen one before, and it was I could not stop laughing. It was so funny.
They're
to me.
funky looking.
They're funky, and they're like super like glossy, and like it was just like hilarious to me. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I was just
I love seeing new animals. I saw a beaver for the first time here the other
Oh,
day.
really?
I was hyped. He was a fat little fucker. Sorry for my language. But he was a fat little.
No, you can tell that you're stoked though.
I mean, I would be pretty
Oh,
stoked if
yeah.
I saw a beaver.
I've
too.
never seen one before.
I thought it was just like a raccoon or something. And I get up closer, and like the closer I get, the fatter it becomes. And I'm like, dude, that's not like a raccoon or a squirrel. This thing is
That's what she said.
huge.
Did you see its tail?
That's me.
What?
Did you see
Yeah,
its
I did.
tail? I was gonna say, aren't the tails kind of funky looking?
Oh yeah, they're like bonk bonk bonk.
Yeah, like
That's what I think of.
So like
almost like
Bam Bam's thing in Flintstones.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I've been seeing so many coyotes like closer to my house, and I live like super central, so it's kind of weird whenever there's like more animals like in my neighborhood.
Like the animal or
No, it's just weird because it's like I'm like we're in the middle of the fucking city. Like
Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
they must feel
like
your
I
vibe.
don't really have like a lot of desert at my house. What I'm trying to say.
Dude, yeah, is that one of the hats that you got, Twan, when they sent you 2 of them or whatever?
Oh yeah, shout out Honest Man. They
That's sick.
I got 2 hats and I didn't like the style of one of them because I could only see the front of it whenever I bought it, and I didn't like the style of it, so I shipped it back. And the guy who owns it was emailing me, and he was like, "Well, what style do you want?" And I was like, "Honestly, I don't know what that one style is for a different hat." And I was like, "So I'm just gonna go with this one to be safe because I know I'll like that one." And he just sent me both of them, and turns out I love it.
Food.
An honest guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Philly fans, go hit up Honest Man.
Is that's the name of his business, Honest Man?
I think
Yeah, man,
it's-
he's pretty honest. Sounds like. Oh
Honest
yeah,
Man,
Yeah.
that's
Sammy's
sick.
real honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
Alright,
Tanya, I
it's-
had the Inaka power hat you had too. That used to be my favorite hat in the world.
Oh,
I
love
wore it
this
to
hat.
California on a trip, and then I left and came back home, and it was gone. And I was like,
Damn. I feel like this one fits better than a lot of the ones that they like.
oh, it fits so
it
good.
fits so different for some reason. One of my friends that worked for Naka like had a bunch of hats, and I bought like she was like reselling a bunch of her stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought like 4 hats from her like super cheap. But this one I like wanted this one, but I like whenever it came out, I didn't catch the drop or whatever, so I was so hyped
Yeah.
when I got it. So it's
Yeah,
it's
because
like
you
an
can't
old
even
one.
get that one anymore.
Yeah,
Like I've looked all the time, and
And
then
then when I
Really?
make like new drops. Yeah, I'm like, oh, like
it's
Can I
honestly
look?
one of
because
the
you
best
have the
ones.
shirt of that one, right?
Me?
me.
Oh,
Don't you have like the shirt of that one or something? Because I
I
felt
have
like
a
you had
few
a
Naka
Gatorade
shirts.
one from him.
Oh, not the Gatorade one. No, I feel like you have that
this
one.
one's pretty sick.
Maybe I did.
A big
Maybe
hat
you
girl.
do, or something similar like that.
Maybe.
I couldn't tell you. Honestly,
So-
I haven't worn my Anaka stuff in a while. I'm going through
I
this
haven't either.
problem where I went through a phase and bought a bunch of stuff in large T-shirts, and now it fits like baby gap on me.
Yeah. And aloe, that switched from that to aloe, and then also the functional bodybuilder, the
Oh,
little
hell
like
yeah.
that one with just the thing in the middle.
Yeah,
The
I'm
tan
sick.
one?
Yeah, if you
the
guys
black
haven't
one?
heard about functional bodybuilder, then go look it up.
And,
They're pretty good quality, right? Like the shirts.
Oh, the shirts.
Oh,
Literally,
super good
anytime
quality.
if they're clean, I'm wearing them.
Yeah,
Any time of the day, anywhere I
they're
go.
like perfect, like weight. I really do like them a
Mhm.
lot.
It's perfect
Yeah.
for after my nights of eating cookies when I feel like a busted
Yeah.
can of biscuits.
I think I'm gonna get the one. I'm gonna get the one that you have the colorway that you have on that tie dye one. 'Cause I don't have that one.
The fuck, you don't have that one?
No, I just put like I make them online and then like sometimes I buy them and sometimes I don't.
Here, I'll send you the Instagram account.
Yeah. I like
yeah,
I
it's-
like that it's just like a clean logo and it's like embroidered because the embroidery
Yeah.
like lasts a long time. But I get a lot
Yeah,
of
it does.
compliments on how like good quality. It's just like a third party, so like I don't touch them at all.
Like it's super thick cotton. It didn't shrink when I washed it, so that was good.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And
baby.
it's like got a good design, but still minimalistic at the same time.
I've been trying to find a hat the like blanks that they have or whatever. They don't have like a bunch of options. I want a hat that's like this, like kind of like 2 different colors like this.
The auto. Have
Yeah,
you
the
looked
auto
that up?
ones. Yeah, they have
Mhm.
they have auto, but they still don't have good colors. And then
Yeah,
they
I was
have-
thinking I was trying to figure out like a good design that I could put because I don't want it to just be the logo all the time, you know?
I feel that. I definitely have drawn up like little mock-ups on like the auto hats and like on their website and like made it
Yeah.
into something just with like a brand idea that I had. And then
Yeah.
I just like it literally wasn't perfect, so I never like actually got the hat. I was like, well,
Yeah.
fuck, I'll mess with this later.
Yeah, you guys have to just we need to all challenge each other, especially like because we've been consistently been on like the lunges and stuff for a while. Like, I feel like you guys are like some of my friends that like challenge me the most because you're like really consistent with just your shit, and like I feel like I'm gonna be called out. Like we need to challenge each other to just put ourselves out there more, you know, and like be less strict about how we show up because it's just us being ourselves that's gonna do the best.
100%.
If they don't like it, fuck them.
Welcome.
They're not meant to be our friends.
Facts. They
Or
probably
meant to
like
like us.
they're not even gonna fucking listen to this if they don't
Yeah.
like us. You know what I mean? Like
They're
I
gonna watch
don't give a
30
fuck.
seconds.
Like if I don't like somebody, I'm not gonna listen to them talking a fucking podcast.
Yeah. And I mean, if I do like someone, I'm gonna watch pretty much anything that they do, even if I don't like what
Exactly.
they're doing. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. What do you guys watch? What podcast do you guys watch?
haven't been watching, but I've been listening to Bedros Koulian a lot.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Him, who shit, this dog's going crazy. Him, and then I listened to a little bit of Ed Milet, just like financial stuff, just because I'm
Yeah.
like trying to get like the financial education under my belt and try to like figure out like smartest way to go about things nowadays, especially with
You have
this
to, yeah.
economy and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's so crazy. Like, that's been a big focal point of my life the past few years. And it's so crazy that we don't learn about any of that shit in school.
Nothing.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
learn about my credit score. I don't learn about, like, how to invest money. I don't learn about how to
Taxes.
purchase a house. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
taxes. Yeah.
taxes are a crazy one.
Have you guys seen any of the Diddy stuff? I'm like so fucking hooked on that shit.
I've kind of paid
Diddy?
attention, but not really.
Diddy.
Like, I know
he-
details.
he's in
but-
trial right now, so it's like actually coming out. Kid Cudi's about to testify or do it. He's about to take the stand because he blew up his
I
car.
did see that. Yeah, he
Pretty
wanted to blow up
crazy.
his car and stuff, and I saw that like he
think
said
he
to
did blow it
everybody in
up,
the
right?
court. I don't know. I just saw that he like and wanted to or something. Maybe he did, but I did see that kid Diddy was like in the courtroom, and he like to all the people like eyewitnesses or whatever who was in there. He basically just went up and was like, "I love you all."
Oh my god, it's
And
so
people were like,
creepy.
"Yo, like, is that like a
That's
threat?
weird.
Like, is like what's going on here?" I saw Tana.
Is
post
that a
about it.
threat?
She was like,
Yeah.
"Is that a threat?" Like that's weird, and it made
Oh,
me.
yeah,
think about it,
Tana
I was like-
posted that earlier. I
like,
responded to
that's
her
sketch.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be a threat. Honestly, I don't
Mhm.
know. All I know is that there's a lot of baby oil involved.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. Apparently,
Yeah.
pictures from.
From his house.
Couldn't even
yeah,
tell you what
he
it
says.
is. From his house in Miami or something. And
Yeah.
it's just a shit ton of oil.
Well, it's like I was
Yeah.
watching this thing after I watched the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary about how like they think that he was like attracted to or addicted to or whatever, like because he would like dissect like animals when he was a kid, and like the shininess of like around the organ pretty much, like there's this thing that there's like this like what is it
Opposite
called?
of a phobia.
Literally the opposite of a phobia, where you're just like so like obsessed with like something, and there's one specific one that's like a shininess thing. Have you heard of this?
Mhm.
It's like when something is shiny or like wet, right? So like this,
Yeah.
like this,
Oh,
like
the
so,
Jeffrey Dahmer thing too. Yeah.
yeah, and so
Yeah,
I think
I remember
that
from
Diddy
then.
probably has some sort of like kink like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Towards the fucking
Oh, of
shininess of the
course.
baby oil or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird
Of
though? Like you
course,
can
of
get so like fucking.
Yeah. So fixated on something like that. Yeah.
That's
And it's wild that
so
all the
scary.
big names too. I've heard like random things too. Like some people send me some weird stuff. Like people that just
Not me.
random people. Yeah, not you guys, but like people will send me stuff with like politics and like other things like that. But then they sent me something where they're like LeBron James caught with Diddy the other day, and it was like this voiceover, and it was like really really weird. I don't even want to like try and mimic it or anything because it was so weird. But it was like it was
Why?
very
Try
interesting.
and
It was
mimic it.
definitely. It was two guys, and one
LeBron
was like,
James.
"Oh, you like that, daddy?" and like
LeBron
smacking and
James.
stuff. And it's
Oh,
like,
I
bro.
think that was with Meek Mill, they say, or whatever. I don't fucking know.
yeah, I've heard so many different things about it, but I heard it the other day, and I was like, bro, like this definitely could be it, but also like I don't know, it could
You're
be
like,
too many
ah,
people.
fucking
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Have you guys seen the new Black Mirrors?
I haven't. No.
Oh,
I need to.
Man, I can't talk
gets
about
better.
it then. But there's this one episode where basically he's a game designer, another
love
game
game
designer,
designers.
or not a game designer. He's like a game tester, but he's huge nerd, like typical like nerd in a movie, like focuses on computers, games, stuff like that. Like has very few friends, and someone finds out about this guy and asks him to test his video game for him, but he needs it to be like a secret or something. And so the guy's like, yeah, sure. And he knows who that guy is. Like he's super famous. So he's like, yeah, sure. Like I'd love to. And takes it home. And essentially it's a video game that it almost like it's not realistic. It kind of reminds me of like something like RuneScape or something like that. And it's these little like chiclets or something, like pretty much like a figure on this game, and it's supposed to interact with the user. And
Oh, what the fuck?
so the guy's like starting to play it, like they'll multiply, like they'll start interacting, they make different noises, but like he can't understand any of it. And he has like someone he knows asks to stay with him, and he says yes, and the guy's selling LSD, and so he offers to let him try it, and he does, and all of a sudden he can understand all these little creatures in the
Everything they're
game,
saying.
and he gets super sucked into it and
Oh
ends
my
up
God.
buying like a fuck ton of LSD from this guy and just sits in his room all day and just like interacts with it, starts growing like a relationship, and it's literally the most basic looking game on the computer like ever. Like it's from like 1990s or something.
Yeah.
And he just gets super sucked into it. They make these little like beep 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 beep, like building like different tunes and stuff. And
What the fuck?
he is actually interacting with them while he's tripping on acid, of course. And I won't tell you the rest, but pretty wild stuff.
Jesus, I mean, that sounds like what like our world is gonna be getting to. Like, people
Yeah.
are literally gonna like do whatever, take some sort of drug and just put like the Apple VR shit on, and then just be like, okay, like I don't even need a job or like anything, and get like government assistance and just sit in their basement all day and just
They probably already
Interact
do
with
that.
their
There's
AI
probably people-
robot.
yeah, literally like make
Yeah.
friends in AI world or something. And
It's
Like,
pretty-
isn't it Kim
yeah.
K who's been doing the photo shoots with the robotic dog or her Tesla robot?
I've seen her do a couple videos with it for sure, but like the fucking Tesla robots are scary.
yeah, like the dog Tesla
just-
dog robot, or like the person one.
I think it's the person one. I'm not too sure. I've just seen like
Shit, I
people
remember when she
reposting
bought
it
it.
or whatever, but
Yeah,
yeah, apparently like it just makes me think of that. Like, what if people just get so sucked into interacting with their Tesla robot that they never leave the house? And
I just feel like we're already there. Like think about at some point, like
oh, 1000%.
at some point we saw phones or like what we're doing right now, like as like it's almost like this is like super futuristic what we're doing right now. We're fucking recording a conversation with microphones and shit. Like that we didn't. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like I
saying?
totally
Like-
forgot about everything going on in my house.
Yeah,
right now.
like we're literally just
And
talking.
I feel like
We're
we're in a
living
room.
in here. That's exactly what we're doing. It's like kind of just like an exaggerated version of it. It's fucking
Mhm.
scary.
like we're
already in
thousands
it.
of miles apart.
Yeah,
Or
literally.
are we? I don't fucking know, dude. That's fucking scary.
I don't know,
I'm
do you
like,
feel this?
I leave this conversation and I'm like fucking just like having an existential crisis.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's
gonna go to the
time
Benjamin and
made
then
up.
just think of everything and be like,
I know, just like be like, huh? Is
So
time
time
made
is
up?
made up.
Yeah,
time is
it
100%
totally is.
made up.
1000%.
Wednesday, Thursday.
June.
You guys are in the future right
8:45
now. You
PM.
guys are 2 hours ahead of me right now. You're technically in the future.
That's true.
That doesn't even fucking make sense. Hmm?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Monday,
made up.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, like what kind of names are those two?
Who fucking?
Somebody decided to name those.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. If you ask me. The hell?
Chris.
Who thought about
Social
that?
construct.
Yeah,
Had
honestly.
to make sure you didn't take my pen from me, Chris.
Oh, I would
He
definitely
like
love to,
reaches
'cause-
through the screen. Like that.
I'm smoking on that Texas pack sometimes.
That
That
Texas
sticky,
pack.
icky
Yeah, you can literally buy them at the smoke shops. They're like,
What?
Durban
Yeah.
poison.
it's kind of insane, dude. I wish it was Durban poison. That Arizona Durban poison goes crazy.
Let's
That'll
go,
make-
Durban
that'll make you think of, like-
aliens.
Think about aliens and crazy shit like that.
Oh yeah, there's definitely aliens though. I feel like, dude, I don't know.
Living amongst us, stuff.
No, like
Oh.
I think that there's like I think that maybe
I think so.
maybe don't I might say I don't know at the end of this, but like
Lizard people.
possibly well lizard people too, but
Like
I think
Elon Musk?
possibly like I remember when I was
Joe Biden's a lizard person.
dude, he could be
I mean,
honestly.
he got cancer. That's a
Yeah,
sign
that's
of a
pretty
real
human.
human being.
That's pretty human, poor guy. He's like a grandpa man, but I feel like whenever I was a kid, like when I lived in Mexico, it was like I
He
literally
probably is a
remember
grandpa.
like, and I'm pretty sure he's probably like a great grandpa. Anyway, but when I lived in
Even
Mexico when I was a kid in like 1999, I remember there was like all this stuff about aliens and stuff on TV. Like they're trying to like freak us out. They were like the year 2000, like the world's gonna end and all this shit. So I
Yeah.
feel like, what if aliens came down during that time, early 2000s, pretty much, and like created like the fucking internet and like all these things? Because like think about what it would be like if we didn't have social media or the internet or like an iPhone and all this shit. Like that technology
But what
boom,
for?
huh?
Yeah.
To
What
control
for?
us.
What?
Oh,
The aliens want to control us?
I feel like it would make more sense to control us virtually than it would be to like be right in front of us.
So you don't think we
Yeah.
couldn't be
You know-
controlled before?
It's like
Oh,
alien
yeah, for sure.
propaganda.
Yeah, it could be. Honestly, I don't know.
This is like their entertainment. They just like
I don't think
Yes.
that it's their entertainment. I think that it's kind of like in Monsters Inc. how they like scare the kids and they like get energy from and like fill up the fucking batteries. Like there's got to be some sort of energy source that we can provide by, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That can
We're
provide to
gassing
them.
up their ships so they can go and take
Yeah,
over
like
the
they
planet.
might by having us I mean, or I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, it makes sense. Though. I mean, I
Or-
definitely think there's aliens.
I
Or
definitely
it just
think that there's
doesn't make
aliens, or yeah,
You never know. They hit us with the Men in Black thing. It's like, hey,
yeah.
and then it flashes, and then we all forget.
Yeah.
And then
Well, and
all
then
of a
I
sudden
feel
we have
like the lizard
technology.
people like theory. I imagine the lizard people theory like in Men in Black, where they're
Yeah.
like just like fucking unzip their suits. They're like
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
alien.
Hey,
Dude,
no,
sometimes
so-
people's eyes freak me the fuck out. Like I'll be like, damn, that person's a fucking lizard.
So have you guys seen a
Lizard.
Netflix series called Resident Alien?
Yeah, you told me about it, and I watched it, and that's exactly like yeah.
That's exactly what I think it is.
you
Which
see
that dude reminds me of like Elon.
of like Mark Zuckerberg. I feel like Elon makes more sense for him to be weird like that because he has Asperger's. But like Mark Zuckerberg kind of freaks me out more than Elon does, to be honest. Yeah, like
He looks kind of sus too.
yeah, and he looks like a lizard. There's all these pictures of him looking
I
like
think his
lizard-like.
eyes, like his pupils, are like so big that they're like he doesn't have like
Yeah.
a color of his eyes. They're just like big.
Yeah,
like
and then
he's-
he
he's
also
so-
like I saw this thing the other day that there or Theo Vaughn was like, "Do you drink coffee?" And he's like, "No, not really." He's like, "But you've tried it before, right? You've had it, right?" He's like all and like he like changed up his style, you know, like he rocks a chain
Yeah.
and like oversized tees now, but like he's still
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
they're like
you can't
asking
really
him
change that.
yeah, they're asking him if he like it like goes into like, you know, creating these technologies to like control the world kind of thing, and he's like, no, like you get like the consumer like dictates how like these things go, which is true, but like I think we're being like pushed to, you know,
Yeah, you know where it's gonna go when you
Make certain
create
decisions.
something. It's like the AI thing, and we're like, everybody's like, oh, it's gonna be so bad in like a few years, and they're gonna
Yeah.
take over, and they're like, fuck it, we'll still do it.
Have you guys seen that movie? Fuck it, yeah, just ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
What should I do about the world?
Yeah, asking AI what we should do if we should let AI advance.
Or we were
Hey,
talking
AI,
about
should we let AI advance?
we were talking about this at Cup Season Friday the other day because it's like how many it like uses up so much of ChatGPT power to just say thank you because people are responding and
Oh,
saying
and like,
thank you to it.
please. Yeah.
It's like just the people saying thank you, like
Mm-hmm.
we're using energy.
So I haven't used GPT a ton, but I used it when whenever I feel like I can't talk now. I'm gonna use it as a break. I'm gonna get water real quick.
Wait, where do you go?
Oh, no way.
What?
He goes, oh, I feel like I can't talk right now. Hold on, I'm gonna use this as a break. I'm gonna get water. And then he walked off.
Okay, I'm gonna use this as a break. I'm letting the dogs out really quick.
All right.
Dang, is Tanya
Go.
taking a poop?
No, it's funny. Literally, as soon as you took your headphones out, she pops back into the screen. She goes, "Where'd he go?" I was like, "He just saw you dip, so he literally went to go get water." But it was so funny because as soon as you like got out of frame, she popped right back into frame.
All right. I feel better now.
Are you gonna tell a story?
Got some water. Went pee again. Yeah, so I forgot why I remember the story, but what were we talking about that led up to that?
Some people on Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
Lizard people.
So, like I said, I've had a ton of weird things happen to me in my life. This one is 100% my fault. Just a little preface. But anyways, I hadn't gone to the dentist in like 10 years, and I just don't like the dentist, but I take pretty good care of my teeth. I floss multiple times a day. I brush my teeth, and
We listen
but
and we don't.
I've always
judge.
had the thought. I've had the thought in my head for a while of like, I probably should go into the dentist soon. And like I started having like a little irritation right here, and like on my jaw, and that started making. I actually tried Zins before, and I didn't really like them. Still have the first pack I ever bought.
Fuck Zins.
But anyways, I think something's going on because there's like irritation right here, and I'm like, oh, dude, it's probably a damn cavity. Like I eat sweets pretty often, and I haven't been to the dentist in a while. And anyways, I'm like kind of worrying about it for a little while, but it's not serious enough for me to like, I need to go to the dentist tomorrow. So me hitting the dentist, keep pushing it off. And anyways, I overthought this so much, and I should have just gone into the dentist, but it led to me like obviously thinking I had a cavity. And then one day it started bothering me. Like it felt like I was having like, you know, when you hit your funny bone and it kind of like tingles. Like I was having some like nervy feeling right here, and I was like, shit. So, oh, we were talking about Chat GPT. That's what it was. And so I started talking to Chat GPT of what to do.
Oh shit.
And anyways, I was saying like I was staying on top of my P's and Q's when I was talking to Chat GPT, just in case if they do ever take over, then you know I'm on their good side. But anyways, with this story, to just finish it out because it makes me crack up. All the remedies I looked up, it was saying like you might have like a tooth infection, which could lead to like sepsis and death, and like you know when you look up like a health condition and it gets to the point of bringing you to like death is possible. So I was like, fuck, do I have
Death is possible.
do I have an infected tooth? And I looked into everything, started like treating it, doing at-home remedies until I could get a dentist appointment because they were booked out like 6 months. So started doing at-home remedies, like it got like ear infection medication because my ear was like the nervy feeling was going up to my ear. So I got like ear infection medication. I got like herbal things to put on it. And one of the things that it said I could do was make a garlic paste with like garlic and oil because apparently garlic helps fight infections. And so I made a garlic paste and I put it on my gum every day because I ended up being able to book a dentist appointment like a week away. And so I was like, all right, I just need to get there. Like I just need to make it to that appointment alive. And long story short, get to the dentist. There was no tooth infection, no cavities, nothing. But he was really concerned about this ulcer on the inside of my gum. And yeah, apparently the garlic that I was putting on it every single day burnt the shit out of my gums. And I asked GPT if garlic will burn your skin, and it was telling me that yes, it would, especially if left on too long. Yeah, I definitely left it on a little bit longer than I should have just because I was really scared of an infection. But thank God, no cavities, healthy mouth. I just had it for damaged masseter muscle. Yeah, ChatGPT was literally like, oh yeah, it hasn't bothered me in so long, and everything's fine. And I was even asking ChatGPT because I was really nervous about it when I read that it could cause an infection. I was like, do you have any words of wisdom for me if I'm feeling nervous about going to the dentist today?
Like that.
And I remember you told me about that. And honestly, it was giving me some of the best responses I've ever heard in my life. Like way better than advice.
You actually talk to it like that, like on a daily basis?
No, I haven't really used
like
it
it's your friend.
since.
Oh, okay.
No, I remember you sent me like a screenshot of like the responses that I sent back, and it was like 5 or 6 like bullet points.
Oh yeah,
like most people in the world are actually very nervous about going to the dentist. Like just tell your dentist that you're nervous, and he'll help ease your nervousness.
You're like, damn, that's kind of some good advice.
It was like dentists are there to help you and take away any pain that you might have, and they're there to care for you. So just ask your dentist. Like they deal with people who are nervous every single day. It's a part of their job. And I was like, oh my god, wow, like thank you so much. And there was like anytime.
Damn.
Thank you.
You said thank you. God damn it, you just burnt the world, dude.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
made it catch feelings.
CEO saying that. He's
Yeah.
like, bro, like people saying thank you and please is like driving up the price of ChatGPT and like how
Literally.
much things cost. Like, bro,
Well, it's
like,
not even the cost. It's like
why
how much-
is
it's
that?
like it's like using so
Just
much
is the energy used?
Yeah.
that's wild.
But the energy
Yeah,
used
that's
is like
insane.
killing the planet supposedly. But all right, well I think I'm gonna cut it off here, boys, because my freaking allergies are killing me. My eye was all watering right now.
Allergies.
Yeah.
Wear your nose strips. Wear your toe spacers. Drink your water.
Come here.
I gotta be doing
Make
all
someone
that.
else's day.
Yep.
Wait,
Water your plants.
that's what Whiskey wants to say.
That's something I gotta do.
Yep.
Dude,
Do all the things.
Whiskey,
I
do you
gotta
have
get rid
anything
of
to
these gnats.
say? Gnats.
Gnats.
Yeah, I got gnats in my house because there's so many freaking plants in here.
Yeah, we need the same.
I saw you fighting them earlier.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
know, yeah.
fuck.
We can't even see them.
You're ripping farts secretly.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, these fucking gnats. We could like low key hear his farts in like the microphone.
Yeah. I literally just. Dolly. Where's that whiskey?
This is Whiskey. Dolly's
That's
right
the dikey one.
here. Yeah. Dolly's right here. Whiskey's like
The non-binary.
she's not a binary.
Yeah.
She's got a blue eye. She's like so sweet.
Yeah.
And Dolly's like a little
Whiskey's the homie.
Yeah, Dolly's
they
like
yappers?
Dolly's oh yeah. Well, they're yappers like whenever somebody like comes over, but
Yeah.
most of the time they're just like
Other
chilling.
than that,
Like
they're
this.
just chill.
Yeah. But Dolly's like Chauncey. She's very like feisty. Whiskey's
He wasn't super feisty with me.
not feisty, but like sassy.
R.I.P.
She's
Chauncey.
just Whiskey's
We miss
just,
you
like, so
and your
sweet.
sassy self.
R.I.P. Chauncey. That's what's nice is like not having to worry about them like biting anybody. Like if anything, they're gonna fight each other.
Yeah.
They're not gonna fight. Like
Dude, Chauncey's
they
bit
get
me
into
so
fights
many
with each other.
times.
Yeah, literally, Chauncey bit so many people in his lifetime. It's like scary because like he would have like, and it would be so sudden. It would be like so random.
Like
Yeah.
a
Grumpy old
Pissed.
man.
Yeah, he's just pissed. But but like he's like a grumpy old man for like his whole life.
Yeah.
People just didn't understand him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, my sister was holding his paw when we were putting him down. She tried to hold his paw for a picture, and he was like, "Fucking moved around there."
Yeah.
Went out the right
Hell
way.
nah. Yeah.
He's like, literally till his fucking deathbed.
Never
But,
changed, Chauncey.
I know, never. Seriously, I think he reincarnated to Dolly though, but he's a little bit sweeter. She's just like so like, dude, they're fucking hilarious. Like I'll like, literally just look at them and they like turn on their backs and like want to get pet. Their belly rubbed. It's like so fucking cute.
It's
I'm
like me.
Gold.
I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast. You guys want to drop your? Well, I'm gonna put your like your Instagrams and stuff in the caption. I'll probably put it on YouTube and then put it on Spotify podcast. But do you guys have anything else to say for the people?
Stay fun.
Stay fun. Yeah, stay fun. What do you guys do to stay fun? What's something fun you're gonna do next week to?
A couple of days ago, I said, F it, and just went longboarding.
I've been thinking
Yeah,
about
That
doing
sounds
that.
fun.
That sounds real fun.
I bought a penny board last year, and it's been sitting in the garage collecting dust. So
Oh, that's
It
perfect.
definitely got my adrenaline going. I found
Really?
some hilly spots, and
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, I got my
like elbow
adrenaline.
pads and knee pads.
dude, the speed
I'll probably
wobbles.
bust my ass. Yeah. I'm probably
That sounds like
will
fun.
ride my daily driver around. That's something that I do to stay fun. I always go on and ride on my bike. Just go
Yeah.
ride the trails.
Yeah.
Get
go
outside.
to a couple turtle meetings.
Yeah, exactly. The
Oh,
little
yeah.
turtle convention's always here, so gotta go check
Turtle
out the
conventions in
buddies.
town.
Yeah.
I'm going to my friend's birthday party for Memorial Day weekend, and I'm gonna let loose, baby. It's a pool party
Oh, very nice.
this weekend. So,
That sounds
Just
excellent.
don't forget your floaties.
oh yeah, they're already packed.